Today, we stand at a threshold where an ending gives way to a beginning. As some prepare to cross this stage and hear their names read, we recognize this milestone is larger than any one of us, accompanied by the love, sacrifice, challenge, struggle, and encouragement that have shaped this journey. May the pomp and circumstance of this day reflect both our gratitude for this season and the hope we have for what lies ahead. Amen. Please remain standing while Addison Bumbleberg, a member of the class of 2026, leads us in singing America the Beautiful.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Addison. You may all be seated. Good morning, graduates, family members, DePauw faculty and staff, and honored guests. Let's do a vibe check. How's everybody feeling today? And graduates, you are all certainly looking drippy in your caps, gowns, cords, and stoles. On behalf of the chair of the Board of Trustees, the full membership of the Board of Trustees, and the university's faculty and staff, let me welcome you to these, the 187th commencement exercises of DePauw University. Welcome to our honored guests, our commencement speaker, and our honorary degree recipients. And welcome, of course, to you, the DePauw class of 2026. We gather today to celebrate you and wish you well as you enter this next exciting chapter in your life. And we also gather with a posture of gratitude for all who are with us physically, remotely, and in spirit for the opportunity to celebrate this momentous occasion. I wish to convey my appreciation to parents and family members for your support of these incredible young people and for believing in DePauw to make good on our promises to deliver a world-class education. It has been our collective privilege to work with your students, and we thank you for trusting us to support their educational journey. And I would be remiss if I did not also say thank you to the faculty and staff assembled here today who have taught, advised, mentored, coached, and nurtured these graduates, and to the many generations of DePauw alumni who have paid their education forward by supporting scholarships for these students and future generations of DePauw students. DePauw is so blessed to have such dedicated faculty and staff, and to have enthusiastic alumni with a deep love for their alma mater who remain committed to DePauw throughout their lifetime. Graduates, I have a confession to make. I have been both excited and completely stressed out about preparing for today. You see, like all of you, I have been trying to juggle so many things over these past few weeks. And as the deadline was looming for me to complete my one and only final this semester, and that is to deliver commencement remarks to the class of 2026, and this big crowd assembled, I said to myself, well, could I? Well, should I? Well, what would they do to me if I did? Would I get in big trouble? Would anybody know? And what would be the worst thing that could happen if I used AI to write my commencement speech? So here's the scoop. I did put a prompt into ChatGPT, because I've not yet figured out how to use Claude and some of the other more sophisticated AI tools, and ChatGPT gave me a few good suggestions. However, as a former English major who has, I think, successfully demonstrated that a liberal arts degree actually does lead to a successful career, ChatGPT reinforced for me there's still nothing like a speech written in your own words, even if I had a little help getting started from my new AI friend. Speaking of, I am sure someone has AI on their commencement bingo card to see how many times each of today's speakers uses the word AI, or perhaps you're voting on which one of us up here on stage has main character energy. In all seriousness, class of 2026, when you first arrived at DePauw in 2022, we were still learning how to gather again. In fact, during the convocation parade, when we made you walk in the hot sun all the way from the first-year quad through the arch and to GCPA with a crowd of people screaming, "Welcome to DePauw," and waving black and gold pom-poms in your face. At the time, you were probably overwhelmed, overstimulated, not to mention hot and sweaty, because you were just getting used to being around groups of people again. Strangers at that. It was a whole thing. Hopefully, 4 years later, you now look back on that moment as the first of many that showed you how good being in community with others, other humans that is, and in person feels, particularly in a world of AI, even though your generation has always had some form of technology at your fingertips. One of the most wonderful things about a small liberal arts college, DePauw in particular, is that relationships matter. Community matters, and I have loved watching and experiencing the community you have each helped to foster and sustain at DePauw. You've made friendships across majors, athletic teams, and Greek, cultural, and religious organizations. You show up wildly to cheer on your classmates in athletic competitions, theater and musical productions, to see their artistic works, and to hear the results of research projects and awards ceremonies. You've organized community service projects and fundraising for philanthropy to give back to others. You've supported classmates through loss, stress, disappointment, and relationship breakups. You've hung out together, broken bread together, walked the nature park together, performed together, competed together, strolled together, and chilled out together on your front porch or on one of the many beautiful lawns. Some of you have even gone on a boulder run together. And please don't tell me if you did that, because that is definitely TMI. And when one of your classmates started a GoFundMe page because her family experienced some unforeseen financial challenges, you all stepped up with what you had to spare and contributed. And of course, we all celebrated 4 straight Monon Bell game victories together. Woo! That is what community looks like. Caring about and for one another, having fun with one another, being there for one another, cheering one another on. That sense of community is more important now than ever in a world that is being rapidly transformed by technology. Because while technology makes work easier, it makes authentic human relationships and interpersonal communication more challenging. Technology promises connection, though often without the range of human emotion. Technology gives us information without always giving us perspective. Technology allows us the freedom to assume many personas, though too often without true authenticity. Your DePauw liberal arts education and the community we have created here matters, because in this warp speed technological revolution we find ourselves in the middle of, your ability to listen deeply will matter. Your ability to work across disagreement will matter. Your ability to make another person feel seen, heard, and respected will matter. Your ability to build friendships offline will matter. Graduates, these are some of the things I hope your DePauw education has taught or reinforced for you. Thank you for being a part of and adding your special gifts and talents to the beloved community that is DePauw University. We are so proud of each of you and all that you have individually and collectively accomplished over these past 4 years. And now it is officially time to get the rest of the commencement pop and circumstance underway. Are you all ready? Let's go. I am joined on the platform party this afternoon by several DePauw colleagues and members of the university cabinet whom I would like to recognize. Each of the persons I will introduce serves as a representative of our faculty, staff, alumni, and members of the board. When your name is called, please stand so that we might recognize you, and y'all, if you'll hold your applause till when I've completed the introductions. Dr. Caroline Jaton, Professor of Music and Director of the Institute of Music. Melinda Haig, President of the DePauw Alumni Association and a member of the class of 1981. Marcus Hayes, Dean of the Creative School. Dr. Dave Burke, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Professor of Computer Science. Greg Sissel, Chair of DePauw's Board of Trustees and a member of the class of 1994. Beth Wilkerson, Assistant University Marshal, Faculty Instructional Technology Support, GIS Specialist, and part-time instructor. Dr. John Mark Day, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Dr. Sarah Steinkamp, Vice President for Communication and Strategy and Chief of Staff. Beth Petrie, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Dr. Andrea Young, Vice President for Finance and Administration. The Reverend Dr. Martin Knudsen Langdock, University Chaplain and Associate Dean. Dr. Dion Jackson, Vice President for Inclusive Engagement. Amy Quass, Vice President for Development and Alumni Engagement. Dr. Scott Spiegelberg, University Registrar and Associate Professor of Music. Dr. Bridget Gurley, Dean of the Faculty, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and Professor of Chemistry and Biochemistry. And Dr. Scott Wilkerson, University Marshal, and Professor of Geology and Environmental Geoscience. How about a round of applause for all of the folks on our platform party? And sitting off to the stage is the first gentleman, Dr. Anthony Tillman, my husband, and the rest of my family. Now it gives me great pleasure to start our formal commencement proceedings by introducing the most popular person as we walked the commencement parade, the recipient of our most prestigious award, the Walker Cup. The Walker Cup is awarded to the member of the graduating class who has been determined to have contributed the most to the university during their 4 years of enrollment. The recipient is chosen by nomination and recommendation of student affairs staff, the members of the senior class, and the chairs of the university's academic departments. I would now like to formally introduce this year's Walker Cup recipient, Robbie Ballantyne. Robbie will bring greetings on behalf of the graduating class, so let me tell you a little bit about Robbie before I ask him to come to the podium. Robbie has distinguished himself as one of the nation's top scholar athletes. A four-year letterman on the football team where he served as senior captain and is the holder of many DePauw football records and national awards for his prowess on the gridiron. Additionally, Robbie earned recognition as the only D3 finalist for the William V. Campbell Trophy and was named the NC2A Division III Academic All-American of the Year. Robbie is a biochemistry major from Crown Point, Indiana, holds a 3.93 GPA, and has played a significant role in advancing a cancer research project within DePauw's biology department. His fraternity also recognized him as a Phi Delta Theta Albert L. Lund Scholarship. Please join me in welcoming Robbie to the podium.
Well, thank you, Dr. White, for that wonderful introduction. I want to start by congratulating my fellow graduates of the class of 2026. I know there was a joke made about how many football references I'll make in this speech, so I'll try to keep that to a minimum. Undoubtedly, there are people in all of our lives who have helped us get to this point, and I want to thank all those people. We good? All right. First, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, through whom all things are possible. Next, I want to thank my parents for the countless sacrifices that they have made for me. From a young age, they emphasized the importance of good character and hard work. I remember reading books in the living room, sitting on my mother's lap, and playing catch in the front yard with my father from a very young age. I would truly not be the person that I am today without them, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all you have done for me. I would also like to thank my siblings. My older sister Maggie, who's graduating from law school today, who I aspire to be like growing up. She laid the foundation for me, and I will always look up to her. My brother Scott, thank you for being my built-in best friend and giving me the game of football. We have made so many memories playing together that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. Additionally, my grandparents and Aunt Margie, I want to thank them for loving and supporting me unconditionally and being like an extension of my parents for my whole life. My girlfriend Tori, thank you for being my rock these past 5 years, someone who I can go to for anything and everything. I'm so grateful that I was able to experience college with you. I love all you guys, and thank you for always being in my corner. Finally, I want to thank Dr. White, my coaches, and all the faculty and staff here at DePauw for making my college experience so memorable. I truly believe that this is the greatest institution in the country. Now, I'm truly honored to represent this class at graduation because I feel like we have left a lasting legacy here at DePauw that will not soon be forgotten. During our time here, I believe that we have accomplished 3 vital pillars in order to leave our legacy. I think those pillars are leaving a place better than you found it, accomplishing goals, and leaving a lasting impact on generations to come. During our time here, we have not only made it better through our everyday actions, but those everyday actions have accumulated over time, culminating in this final moment. On the academic side, we have helped launch the Bold Gold and You initiative, raising money to fund scholarships, faculty excellence, and campus improvements. On the athletic side, our successes have helped garner an $80 million donation to improve athletics facilities. Through these things, DePauw will be better off than we found it in August of 2022. Whether they may be small or large, personal or communal, academic, artistic, or athletic, throughout our 4 years, we have accomplished so much, and we should all be very proud of the struggles and hardships that allowed those accomplishments. Now, this is a part of my speech where I'm going to mention football a little bit, and I can't help but brag on the football seniors. We have surely left our legacy. In our 4 years, we have won 4 Monon Bells, made the Division III playoffs 4 times, became the winningest class in school history, and made memories that we will cherish for a lifetime. Thank you to all the football seniors. I love you guys. On Wednesday night, my brother Scott and I walked to Old Blackstock Stadium one last time to reminisce on all the good and the bad, and thought about how we will tell our grandchildren these same stories one day, just like our grandpa tells us stories about his heyday at Michigan. I swear that he has told me the same stories about playing basketball in the Final Four and how they used to call him the Shadow because he would always lock down the other team's best player. But I cannot help but be enamored by every single story he tells me. Whether it's sports related or not, we all have made these memories here about accomplishments that we made or failed to make that will leave our grandkids hanging on to every word of our stories someday. When I look back at my time here at DePauw, there are so many examples of coaches, professors, and students who have made a lasting impact on my life. For example, just the other day, I went out fishing with Professor Schwipps and his sons. It was full of good times, laughter, fish caught, and memories made that I'll look back on very fondly. And that's just one example of these types of relationships that we make here at DePauw. But it can be hard to imagine yourself leaving a lasting impact on someone else's life. Despite how difficult this may seem, I can assure you that how you carry yourself and how you treat others can leave a lasting impact on someone's day or even the rest of their life. Leaving a legacy that inspires generations to come is one of the most important things that you can do in this life, and I believe that is exactly what we have done here. I know that these seniors will continue to leave a legacy on everything that they touch, whether that be your family, your career aspirations, or the entire world itself. Now, I would be remiss if I did not conclude this speech with a verse from Scripture, from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. There are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. I want you all to know that whether you are religious or not, there is a plan for you. Take that with you wherever you go, and strive to leave a legacy on everything you touch, the people and places in every part of your journey. Thank you all for an incredible 4 years, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Robbie. And thank you for all of the memories in Old Blackstock. And I can't wait for the fall of 2028 when we will be back in that renewed, regenerated, $80 million new stadium. So you all mark your calendars for the fall of 2028. I now have the great pleasure of introducing our commencement speaker, Dr. Nate Nichols. At DePauw, our mission is to develop the leaders the world needs. Throughout our 189 years of existence, this has been our enduring aim and a guiding principle that has helped shape our identity as a university. Each generation of students faces its own unique set of challenges and opportunities, and it is our responsibility to equip each generation with the knowledge and skills they will need to chart a path forward in uncertain terrain. Nate Nichols is someone who has done just that. A 2005 graduate of DePauw, Nate's career is one that previous generations could hardly have imagined. In this revolutionary moment of technological advancement and rapid change, Nate has been on the leading edge, guiding us into new possibilities. Nate is a researcher who holds a PhD, as well as dozens of patents related to various features of artificial intelligence. He is an executive who has helped companies incorporate new technologies to better serve their customers. And he is an advocate whose insights push us toward responsible AI use and ethical integrity. Nate Nichols is the personification of what a liberal arts education prepares one for, to lead in a future unforeseen. And I am confident that what he will share today will both challenge and inspire all of us, especially our graduates. Please join me in welcoming DePauw alumnus Nate Nichols.
Crank this mic way up here. There we go. Congratulations, DePauw class of 2026. And I really appreciate you giving me a little time today because if there's one thing I know about college-age students, many of you do not like AI, like at all, right? I think many of you would rather be hearing from your student loan officer than from me, another white guy here talking about AI. I'm going to blow out that bingo card. That's the cruel hand that fate has dealt me. I built my whole career on the most powerful and least popular technology the world has ever seen. Yeah, they know. If it makes you feel any better, I'm really sick of talking about it too. I talk about it all day, it's my day job, and then I go home and I bore my wife to tears about it, and I talk to my friends, and I talk to my parents, and I do these public AI safety workshops, and I go on podcasts and panels. We are all sick of it, believe me. But it feels like commencement address malpractice to not talk about it now, particularly when I'm looking at a bunch of young people who are engaged and curious and are looking to make their impacts in the world and have a career in the world. So I'm not here at all to hype up AI. I'm not here to give you 5 tips and tricks to AI-proof your career path, but we do got to talk about it. And this is my perspective as a guy who's been researching and building and designing and selling and living and breathing AI for the last 20 years. AI is going to massively, massively impact and disrupt your life and your plans for the future. I'm talking to the college grads here, but I'm also talking to everybody in the tan seats. I'm talking to the faculty and administration. I'm talking to my own parents, my own kids. AI is going to massively, massively impact and disrupt your life and your plans for the future. And that wasn't clear at all when I was taking AI from Professor Thede 25 years ago over there at Julian. It wasn't clear at all even 5 years ago when ChatGPT came out and blew a lot of minds. At the time, we were hoping that one of 2 things would happen. One is that the foundational paradigm that modern AI is built on, it would hit some ceiling. It would stop scaling, and we would need new breakthroughs to keep advancing. That would buy us time. Or there'd be a really strong regulatory risk safety framework put into place to ensure that AI was developed for the benefit, safely and for the benefit of everyone. Unfortunately, neither of those things happened at all. And even more unfortunately, there's no indication that either of those is going to happen anytime soon. So instead, we're in this world where AI is continuing to advance incredibly quickly on the backs of hundreds of billions of dollars being spent every year. The wind is turning my page for me. So I really want you to believe this and kind of feel this with me. So I want to super briefly recap the advances of the last 5 years. 5 years, while you guys were in school. So 5 years ago, ChatGPT came out. At the time, it was text in, text out. It did the AI equivalent of saying the first thing that popped into its head. And it was impressive, and it was amazing, and it was engaging for a time, but it couldn't really do anything very useful. That has changed completely. Let me tell you some of the things that have happened in the last 5 years. Now you can talk to the AI, and it talks back to you in a voice that sounds human. It can deeply understand images, music, videos, documents. You can create images, music, videos, documents, and most of those look indistinguishable from something a human would create. It can generate, design, test, debug computer code. It can use tools like calendar and email. It can drive your whole computer for you if you want. It can think out loud, reason deeply, grind away on nuanced tasks for hours and hours. And I think most impactfully, it can also now act agentically. It can define its own goals, its own plans for meeting that, and then execute those plans in the real world. That is an unbelievable amount of progress in 5 years, right? None of us thought it would go this quickly, genuinely. It's fair to say that there's been more progress in the past 5 years of AI than the previous 6 decades. And it's not slowing down, it's actually increasing in speed. There's this group called METR, M-E-T-R. They're a third-party group. They study how quickly AI is advancing. Unfortunately, I don't have time to get into how some of these metrics are actually calculated, but the punchline is that it's increasing exponentially. The complexity of tasks that AI can handle doubles every 7 months. That's been the case for the last 5 years. It's actually accelerating now as the AI Frontier Labs are using AI to improve their own work. So what is this building towards? We have no idea. Don't believe anyone who says they do. But one thing we're expecting soon is what we call AGI, This stands for Artificial General Intelligence, which has no good definition because intelligence has no good definition, and slapping more adjectives on the front does not help. But you can think of AGI intuitively, it's a computer that's as smart as a human, all right, which is still super vague because we all know a lot of people. So one definition that's useful is AGI is when a computer is better than the median human at every knowledge work task. Knowledge work is basically anything you can do in front of a computer, which is a lot, and median human is kind of math speak for typical human, right? And so there's a lot of uncertainty and debate and discussion about when we're going to cross this AGI threshold, but there's some widespread agreement that it's likely to happen in the next few years. Let that sink in, right? It's very possible there are underclass students here at DePauw today that by the time they graduate, AI will be better at most people than anything done on a computer. And of course, once we cross this threshold, there's no uncrossing it, right? It's the new world order. Getting to AGI is going to be profoundly disruptive to us as individuals, to our society, and to the world as a whole, and we are not at all prepared for it. Okay, so what do we do with that? Well, at the society level, there's a bunch of stuff. There's regulatory and risk frameworks. There's universal basic income. There's improved social support. There's all kinds of stuff we can and should be doing. But I'm not talking to politicians today, maybe a few upcoming politicians, but I'm talking to students. People who are smart, curious, engaged young people who want to go out there and live a life that's meaningful to you. What can you do? I don't have any silver bullets. Again, I don't have any tips and tricks. I don't have a lot of reassurance, but I do have some hope. And the hope is this. In a world where AI is better than in a world where AI is better than the typical person at everything, do not be a typical person. Do not do the thing that anybody else in your position would have done, because that is exactly what the AI is going to do, but faster and cheaper than you. Do not compete with AI at being a typical salesperson or a typical marketer or a typical consultant or a typical analyst or a typical programmer or a typical accountant. You will lose. For you visual learners, imagine a Venn diagram, right? This circle is you, this circle is everybody else. This circle is exactly what was used to train AI in the first place. It has mastered and commoditized it. So the part of you that does things the way anybody else would have done them, that intersection in the middle, the economic value of that part is zero. Where you're going to earn your living, where you're going to live your life is all in that margin, right? It's that crescent moon, the part that is uniquely you. Your weird and quirky and unpopular opinions, beliefs, experiences, intuitions, scars, that's going to be where your paycheck comes from. Said differently, as AI masters conventional wisdom, your wisdom will need to be unconventional. Which is cool, but now we're kind of getting into this commencement address cliche space. I looked up a list of these. What do you do in a world of AI? Dance like nobody's watching. Be the youest you can be. Be yourself, everyone else is taken. That one's Oscar Wilde. I saw a fun one at the frozen yogurt shop the other day. In a world of Cheerios, be a Fruit Loop. They're nice, right? And we say these things, we put them on posters in kindergarten classrooms, we venerate the people that actually have the guts to do it. But in practice, it's been really, really hard to be yourself, to own your unconventional wisdom, because that is not what the system wants from us. And what the system is different for everybody. For you, it may be capitalism or the patriarchy, Western culture, institutional racism, your own cultural background, straight folks, your parents, neurotypicals, normies. Whatever that is, whatever the system is for you, it thrives on predictability. It wants predictable people with predictable opinions, buying predictable products, taking predictable commutes to predictable jobs. And in return for making ourselves predictable, it offers us at least the illusion of safety and comfort. It offers approval and reassurance that we're doing the right thing. And navigating and balancing between what the system wants from me and what I want from me, this has been the central tension of my experience as an adult. I think it is for many of us. It's hard to even understand what our own true goals and desires are, much less have the guts to actually follow them. And there's an awesome Ursula Le Guin short story about exactly this tension. It's called The Flyers of Guy. It's about these, they're basically people, but they evolved from birds, because it's a fantasy story. And they do basically human stuff. They live in houses, they drive in cars, they go to work, and they just kind of happen to be covered in feathers the whole time. But 1 in 1,000, when they go through puberty, they also sprout wings, huge wings. And the ones with wings can fly, they can soar, but there's also a lot of challenges with the wings, right? If you're flying around, you get hit by lightning, you can run into a tree. There's pity, mistrust, resentment from the people without the wings, and they're just awkward. They're huge. The people with the wings, they don't fit in well, literally or figuratively. And the story focuses on two characters with wings who handle them very differently. The first one is named Arciadia, and he flies all the time. He has got a part-time job delivering packages, but he basically lives a life of freedom on the wing. As a flyer, there's risks and dangers to flying, but there's freedom too, and that's what he's chosen. But there's another character, unnamed, who has chosen to live a more normal life. He's a member of a respectable law firm. He's got a nice wife who loves him in spite of his wings. He's got good kids. He's got a mortgage, all that good stuff. In the words of Le Guin, his wings are flattened, bound, and belted down. And the closing of the story is from an interview with this lawyer. And they read, "Shortly before I left, I asked him, 'Do you ever dream of flying?' Lawyer-like, he was slow to answer. He looked away out the window. 'Doesn't everyone?' he said. Excuse me, this story broke my heart. Because every one of us has wings and can soar, every one of us dreams of flying, and almost every one of us flattens and binds our wings down in service of the system. That's the deal with the devil we all make every day. We bind our wings and suppress our dreams of flying, and the system says, 'Good job, you're doing the right thing, here's a paycheck.' But AI has changed that. With AI, the system is breaking that contract with us. It's breaking up with us. It has no more need for normal, predictable people. It's got AI for that. So for us, there's no more conflict. There's no more tension with trying to fit into the system. There's no more motivation for you to pretend that you're less weird, less unique, less yourself than you truly are. There is no longer any value in binding your wings while you look out the window and dream of flying. And in a sense, AI has freed us. It's liberated us. Not out of intention or goodwill or care for the human spirit, but by conquering and commodifying everything that is normal, is typical, is median. Now it's just up to us, up to you, to unbind your wings and seize that freedom. And this liberation is exciting, but it's also scary, it's unmooring, it's destabilizing. And in conclusion, I think there's three things to say about that. The first is that you've just completed a wonderful education in the liberal arts. It's the same root word, liber, freedom. Liberal arts were originally the tools you needed to live a liberated life. You have the tools. You're as well equipped as anyone on earth to develop and live a life that is meaningful to you and the people you care about without it being handed down to you by the system. The second is that while this is all scary, and believe me, for me too, there is now no other option. It is scary to leave the nest not knowing if your wings will carry you, but the nest is burning. AI has set it alight, and there is no safety there any longer. Unfolding your wings and flying away is no longer something for the bold, admirable few. It's the rational response to rapidly changing conditions. And finally, wear your weirdness on your sleeve. Don't mask and pretend you're normal. You're not. And there's no longer anything to be gained by pretending otherwise. Keep your wings unfurled where other people can see you and love you for them. Cheer for others when they take off, especially if their early flights are ungainly or barely get off the ground. Parents and family, this is your job now, to celebrate the effort, the intention, the desire to truly soar. That's what I'm trying to do now in my own life, and it's working. I've got a weird, wonderful wife who loves my wings as I love hers. We've got three amazing, weird kids, and we're building a weird life together. I've got weird parents, I've got weird friends, many of whom I met here at DePauw, and we're sending weird texts on a daily basis. It's great. But I'm 43 years old, right? And my therapist will tell you it was a long way to get here, and I've still got a ways to go. I want you to speed run that. As the system turns its back on us to embrace AI, I want you to turn your back on it, unfold your beautiful wings, and soar. I'll look for you in the clouds. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. That was amazing. I hope I'm not too old to unfold my own wings. I now call upon Greg Sissel, the chair of the university's Board of Trustees. Mr. Sissel, These persons were recommended by the faculty as having met the conditions for degrees from DePauw University. I therefore ask you, as a member of the Board of Trustees, to authorize me to advance them their degrees.
President White, upon the recommendation of the faculty, the Board of Trustees of DePauw University now authorizes you to confer degrees upon all candidates, including the honorary doctorates, Bachelor of Musical Arts, Bachelor of Music Education, the dual degree of Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Arts, and finally, Bachelor of Arts.
I now call on Dr. Dave Burke to present the candidates for honorary degrees.
President White, may I present Nathan Nichols for the degree of Doctor of Science.
Dr. Nichols, your work as a trailblazer in technology is changing the way we interact with the world around us. Through your original research and innovative discoveries, you have introduced us to new tools that help us meet the challenges of our present moment. And through your commitment to human safety and our collective well-being, you have shown us these tools also demand a practice of deep reflection and ethical examination. We are indebted to you for your bold and discerning leadership. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, the Board of Trustees of DePauw University has authorized me to confer upon you, Nate Nichols, the honorary degree of Doctor of Science. As a symbol thereof, you are granted this citation bearing the great seal of the corporation and the signatures of the proper officials. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and I'm not going to say anything else again, but I really appreciate it. And if you don't know what you're going to do after graduation, I encourage you to look into AI safety. We need everybody we can get. Thanks again.
Now you're Dr. Nichols.
President White, may I present Tim Evans for the degree of Doctor of Journalism.
Tim Evans, your relentless dedication to investigative reporting has left a lasting impact that extends far beyond the individual communities you have served. By shining a light in the otherwise darkened corners of the world, you have called upon us as fellow citizens to a heightened level of awareness and a more urgent sense of our own moral responsibility. We are grateful for your insight and inspiration that we have received as a result of your courageous storytelling. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, the Board of Trustees of DePauw University, they have authorized me to confer upon you, Tim Evans, the honorary degree of Doctor of Journalism. As a symbol thereof, you are granted this citation bearing the great seal of the corporation and the signatures of the proper officials. Congratulations.
I want to thank President White and everyone at DePauw who made this weekend so special for myself and for my partner, Marissa. Getting an honorary degree of any kind was not a part of my wildest dreams. And so I'm really excited and pleased to now be a part of the DePauw family. If you were going to really applaud for someone, and this is the applause line I'm going to give you. So the real heroes of this story, and particularly the work Marissa and I did with survivors of sexual abuse in USA Gymnastics and beyond, were the young women who opened themselves up to us, who told us their worst nightmares, and entrusted us to do something about it. And you know, in this world, it's hard to do something, fake news, media, all that. But we were able to succeed, and it was because of these young, brave women who told us about the worst things that happened to them in the world. And the reason they did it was so others wouldn't have to suffer the hell they went through. So this is the time to applaud for those women if you want to. Thank you, and stay weird.
Congratulations, Dr. Evans.
President White, may I present Marissa Kwiatkowski for the degree of Doctor of Journalism.
Marissa Kwiatkowski, through your commitment to the craft and discipline of journalism, you have empowered us with the gift of information. We are inspired by the exemplary standards of professionalism to which you hold yourself and the relentless pursuit of truth that you have demonstrated through your work. Our world needs more voices like yours, advocating for justice, resisting misinformation, and initiating positive change. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, the Board of Trustees of DePauw University has authorized me to confer upon you, Marissa Kwiatkowski, the honorary degree of Doctor of Journalism. As a symbol thereof, you are granted this hood and this citation bearing the great seal of the corporation and the signatures of the proper officials. Congratulations.
Everything Tim said, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
President White, may I present Kenneth Allen Owen for the degree of Doctor of Journalism.
Kenneth Allen Owen, better known as Ken to your many DePauw friends and acquaintances, and to your former TV audiences. Through your hard-earned professional expertise and your uncompromising commitment to this university, you have helped nurture DePauw's reputation as one of the nation's preeminent liberal arts colleges. The relationships you have cultivated, the stories you have shared, and your leadership of the Oven Lecture Series stand as a testament to your ability to strategically connect our campus with the world at large. We honor your loyalty to DePauw and the many, many, many years of service that continue to shape the future of this university. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, the Board of Trustees of DePauw University has authorized me to confer upon you, Kenneth Allen Owen, the honorary degree of Doctor of Journalism. As symbols thereof, you are granted this hood and this citation bearing the great seal of the corporation and the signatures of the proper officials. Congratulations, Ken.
Friends, I generally speak extemporaneously, but I had a feeling I'd be overwhelmed by this moment. I'm glad I wrote something down because I'm overwhelmed. I want to thank President White, the faculty, my many alumni friends, today's other honorees who are terrific, and you, the class of 2026, for this honor. I am humbled, overwhelmed, and floored. It is just incredible standing here. My mom, a member of the class of 1956, and my dad, who went undergrad to Michigan State and got his MBA from University of Chicago, but loved this place, are in the clouds today, literally, but so happy. And I thank you for this moment. I have two quick thoughts, and I promise quick, because I know it's getting hot, and we got business to attend to. Each of us has a series of movies that collect in our heads. They're memories of moments that have impacted our lives. As you get older, you will accumulate more, I guarantee you. You'll be sitting on your deck as a 65-year-old guy, and a moment in your life comes back to you vividly. And many of the little movies in my head involve this place, which I love dearly and where many of my fondest memories in life were generated. So class of 2026, you're sitting where I was sitting in 1982, only the stage was over there, and my parents were right about there. But again, you come to DePauw, you see East College, you're reminded of things that were, things that will be, moments that mattered. That was 44 years ago, and they go fast, those 44 years. I guarantee you, your parents aren't kidding about that. Today is the last time you as a group will be together as a group. There will be reunions, sure, but not everyone gets back for those. So savor this day. Take a look around. Take in the sights and sounds. You will revisit today many times in the years to come. They are movies that will matter. And as you head into the world to pursue a career or an advanced degree, I know you're going to find success in life and work and family and everything. But as you navigate what's ahead, I ask you to remember to take with you two things that are in very short supply in this world today and that are critical to our survival as a civilization: kindness and empathy. You will find it's easier to be kind than it is to be its opposite, and you will be a better, happier, and more successful person in the ways that really matter. So hug your friends, tell your professors and parents thank you, and go out there and get them. The world needs you, and I thank DePauw for the many things it's given me. This is something I will cherish forever, and thank you.
President White, may I present Ursinith G. Smith for the degree of Doctor of Arts.
Ursinith G. Smith, as a long-standing pillar of our DePauw community, you have faithfully built a legacy of excellence as both an artist and a mentor. Your passion for musical expression has brought profound beauty and joy to our campus and to performance venues around the world, while your investment in the education and development of our students has transformed lives for over 50 years. We celebrate your service to this institution and to the countless musicians you have mentored. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, the Board of Trustees of DePauw University has authorized me to confer upon you, Ursinith G. Smith, the honorary degree of Doctor of Arts. As symbols thereof, you are granted this hood and this citation bearing the Great Seal of the corporation and the signatures of the proper officials. Congratulations.
Thank you, band. Greetings, President White, Vice President Burke, platform guests, honorees, students, families, faculty, staff, and volunteers. When I was first contacted about receiving this honor, it had not ever crossed my mind that something like this would happen. I have just been teaching and teaching and teaching. Students have been absorbing and performing and performing and performing. Meetings have been happening and happening and happening. Change has occurred in various ways. Leadership has inspired thinking about new dimensions to education, and curriculum has worked to keep its core values, while society has extended definitions of everything. But loving music has not changed for me, nor my love of teaching it. For their support over my 52-year career at DePauw, I'd like to thank my family, starting with my musician teacher parents, my older sister and flute professor Christine, my dear wife Pamela, my fantastic daughter Ashley, and all extended family members everywhere for supporting my work. Additional gratitude to the many students I've taught or counseled, and to my colleagues across these years. These relationships, this work, and this honor I cherish. So thank you, DePauw. I will keep teaching and teaching, performing and performing, and going to meetings and meetings. Best wishes to all who graduate today, and many, many thanks to DePauw for this honor.
All right.
We will now begin the awarding of bachelor degrees. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Musical Arts and Bachelor of Music Education please stand? President White, I present to you the 2026 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Musical Arts and Bachelor of Music Education. Bachelor of Musical Arts, Macy Jade Arena, magna cum laude. J.C. McKinney Best. Morgan Kim Brown, magna cum laude. Conley Thomas Knopf, summa cum laude. George Evan Kolosik, magna cum laude. Granger Reishi Leo. Taylor Marie Perez. Tyler Sharkey. Bachelor of Music Education, Laura Elizabeth Allen, cum laude. Addison Kate Bumbleberg, summa cum laude. Haley Marie Elizabeth Riley, summa cum laude.
Dr. Jatan and I will now make the presentation of a dual degree from the Institute of Music and the College of Liberal Arts.
Would the candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Music and the degree of Bachelor of Arts now please stand?
President White, we present to you the 2026 candidate to receive a degree of Bachelor of Music and a degree of Bachelor of Arts.
Catherine Rose Steele, Bachelor of Music, Performance, summa cum laude.
And Bachelor of Arts, Mathematics, magna cum laude. Will the 2026 candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degrees now please stand? President White, it is with pleasure that I present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Will the first row of Bachelor of Arts candidates please remain standing? All others may be seated. Several members of the class of 2026 are representing DePauw this weekend at NCCA Championship Play. I will read their names and note that they will receive their degrees in absentia. Other persons listed in the program whose names are not called this morning will also receive their degrees in absentia. Robert Terrence Ballantyne, summa cum laude, Walker Cup recipient. Marwa Arab. Kafwi Kasi Agbaja. Connor Michael Agler, summa cum laude. Jillian Paige Arndt. Litzy Carolina Alba Martinez. Eliana Yolanda P. Alzate, summa cum laude, Farid Murad Medal winner. Elisha Amadasu. Adam Amar. Elijah Jed Anderson. James William Zinn Anderson. Kevin Lamar Anderson, Jr. Ryan Simone Anderson. Miyu Aoki, summa cum laude. Kazuki Aoyama, cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Appleby. Caitlin Arajo, cum laude. Aisha Michelle Arias. William Joseph Bach. Bebov Bosnet. Aiden Batten. Anthony Thomas Bauer. Ethan Mark Beaupre. Nora A. Bedwell. Hamza Ben Sadiq, magna cum laude. Trotter Joseph Benson. Shulov Batarai, cum laude. Brendan Gabriel Began. Samantha Josephine Ann Balunis, summa cum laude. Allison Nicole Black, cum laude. Trenton Bodart. Miranda Christine Bogner, magna cum laude. Vance Marat Borozinski. Alexander James Bridgemahan. Anton Matthew Brooks, magna cum laude. Charlotte Geib Brooks, magna cum laude. Cooper Hart Bruce. Ian Andrew Busher. Finley Bilty, summa cum laude. An Hue Bue, summa cum laude. Win Zhao Bue, cum laude. Huen Vu Bue. Nguyen Bue, summa cum laude. Duan Bue. Tran Li Duan Bue, cum laude. Diana Grace Berger, cum laude. Christabel Ann Burris. Amishe Shea Sirapa Kalist David. Luke Robert Candiano. James Parks Carey. Carson Allen Carpenter, cum laude. Natalie Marie Cassidy. Sarah Milam Cecil, summa cum laude. Grace Ann Charlesworth. Makia Cheeks, cum laude. Micaiah Cheeks, cum laude. Sami Chima, summa cum laude. Madhurina Roy Chaudhry. Apologies for out of order. Lauren Childs. Luke Christensen. Ha An Chu, magna cum laude. McKaylee Elaine Copestick. Hannah Elizabeth Koffel, cum laude. Daniel Collins. Dylan Perker Connor, cum laude. Roxana Grace Cooper. Dylan Scott Copeland. Brooklyn Lee Cornelius, summa cum laude. Jasmine Cortez. Samantha Nicole Cox, cum laude. Nathan Kenneth Creed, cum laude. Taylor N. Kripe, summa cum laude. Tegan Robert Crow. Alexandra Danielle Cruz. Michael John Curry, in absentia. Parker James Curtis. Jacob A. Dane. Camario Davis. Ann Demchek, cum laude. Samip Devkota. Carson Gregory Dibble. Kalina Blair Dickinson, summa cum laude. Evan Andrew Diebold. Nguyen Din. Nok Bao Ni Do, summa cum laude. V Do, summa cum laude. Yen Do. Chi Yen Don, cum laude. Valerie Claire Doherty. Amelie Ethelyn Donath, cum laude. Jane Margaret Duffy, summa cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Dumais, cum laude. Kuro Dong. Nanad Datta. Kelsey Ann Dwyer, summa cum laude. Carter Lee Dye. Margaret K. Easley, summa cum laude. Olivia K. Ehlers, cum laude. Said Gistiana. Ali El-Arabi, Ali El-Arabi. Kendall Jaden White Ely, cum laude. Carson Walker, MP, summa cum laude. Agima Inkbot. Hanga Inkbot. Samuel Joseph Epstein. Jordan Eveland. Nicholas David Finney. Mason Tucker Flat, magna cum laude. Louis Florida, magna cum laude in absentia. Tristan Kyle Foreign, cum laude. Grant Caldwell Forer. Cameron Foster. Benjamin Russell Gale. MJ Galloway. Isaiah Gonsuk. Sadie Gibson, summa cum laude. Zachary M. Gideon. Cora Grace Gilbert, magna cum laude. Nathan Richard Glazebrook. Logan Matthew Gleason. Caitlin Simone Glenn. Owen Walter Goddard. Rosie Gabrielle Gomes, cum laude. Benjamin Harris Gomez, cum laude. Luca Oren Gomez, summa cum laude. Charles Timothy Good. Fiona Caroline Good. Joseph Francis Goralzik. Otto David Graham. Kristen Greaves. Sophia Elizabeth Gruninger. Adrienne Guzman Orozco, magna cum laude. Nolan Patrick Hall. Riley Alexis Hamilton. Brooklyn Hammond, magna cum laude. Maria Grace Hand, summa cum laude. Mason Grace Hoppy, magna cum laude. Oliver Ann Harmson. Caleb Richard Harris. Zoe May Harris. Paige Ray Hart, summa cum laude. Gunnar Matthew Hartwig. Charles McEwen Hawk, cum laude in absentia. Manmeet Singh Hare, cum laude. Jacob Heaton. Benton Kohler Hurt. Holton Thomas Heldebrand, cum laude in absentia. Hunter James Heldebrand, magna cum laude. Ian Jeffrey Hensley, cum laude. Eric Thomas Herrera. Kendall Elizabeth Herrick, magna cum laude. Benjamin Nolan Hers. Christopher Cole Hetzel. Tin Huang, cum laude. Mark William Holmes, Jr. Nev Ryan Homo. Lindsay Rose Hans, cum laude. Charlotte Louise Hood, magna cum laude. Alex William Hoover, summa cum laude. Lauren Taylor Hoppel. Anna Josephine Hobson, cum laude. Aiden Robert Howard, in absentia. Wei Hu. Nathaniel Charles Hewlin, in absentia. Grant Michael Hunt, summa cum laude. Lily Camp Hunsinger, cum laude. Danae Casey Injame, summa cum laude. Tomofumi Inoue, summa cum laude. Lazare Irimushvili. Rebecca Jackson. Samuel Jacobs. Anna Kate Jager, cum laude. Bashar Javid. Rui Zhong. Arlie Nicole Johnson. Meredith Jonka, cum laude. Ella Sinclair Jones. Joshua Jones. Tanea Omari Jones. Patrick Ryan Joyce. Riley Elizabeth Kamer. Melanie Esther Kanyumuzi. Dorothy May Karras, summa cum laude. William Paul Castor. Miho Katos, cum laude. Beamlak Fakadu Kebede, cum laude. Turner Keck. Bryn Renee Kelly. Ryan Alexander Kosla. Melissa Joan Kirby, cum laude. Leela Kirkpatrick. Ava Grace Knight, summa cum laude. Tessa Leanne Kokert, cum laude. Allison Michelle Kohler, magna cum laude. Ella Reese Kenster, cum laude. Prim Kumar, magna cum laude. Sophie Margaret Jane Kuntz. Anaf Labib, magna cum laude. Joel William Lane. Nyla Marie Lau. Bao Za Le, magna cum laude. Jun Tran Nguyen Le, summa cum laude. This is the next one. Yeah. I don't know who this is. Oh. Bao Cho Nguyen Le. Jun Tran Nguyen Le, summa cum laude. Yeah. Can I see the next one? Lin Quan Le, summa cum laude. Nue Min Le. Quinn An Tran Le, summa cum laude. Tao Le, cum laude. V. Mai Le, magna cum laude. Lena Leatherman, summa cum laude. Callie Grace Layton, summa cum laude. Sebastian Fernando Leon. L. Riley Lewis, magna cum laude. Juhi Lim, cum laude. Andrea Lim, cum laude. Friseda Yane Lima Vidal. Emily Loera, cum laude. Jayla Ray Ann Logan, summa cum laude. Edward Francis Mack Luca, summa cum laude. Leighton Joseph Lukowski. Ellie Caitlin Mahan, cum laude. Wang Min Mai, magna cum laude. Amzie Grace Meinbrook, summa cum laude. Tapan Mandal. Shivansh Mane. Charles Martin Mangas, cum laude. Carly Ann Mankin, summa cum laude. Thomas Kepler Manning, magna cum laude. Angel Manrique, magna cum laude. Courtney Cameron Marsh, magna cum laude. Claudio Martinez, cum laude. Princess Martinez Casanova, cum laude. Natalia Martinez Baca, cum laude. Joseph Pascual Marzano, cum laude. Apologies for being out of order again. Mia Martin Fuller. Alan Omar Mateo. Daniel Jeffrey McCoy. Adrian Grace McCullough, summa cum laude. Amia McDonald. Grace Emily McGinnis, cum laude. Sophia Isabella McGinnis, summa cum laude. Grace May McKinney, cum laude. James Kenneth McMurray, magna cum laude. Shaylin Lee Medler, magna cum laude. Olivia Rose Mello, cum laude. Cole Thomas Melton, summa cum laude. Seth Addison Menser. Alexis Lee Meyer, cum laude. Ella Grace Mickey. Jeremiah Vincent Miller. Macy McAllister Miller, summa cum laude. Libby Kate Chandler Minobe, summa cum laude. Maheen Mirza. Raiden Christopher Miyamoto, magna cum laude. Maria Manebi Lade. Aga Moise Mosin, cum laude. Riley Mont, summa cum laude. Justice Morgan, summa cum laude. Emma Robach Morris, magna cum laude. Isabella Lombardi Morris, magna cum laude. Ethan Luis Morrison, cum laude. Eamon Moten, summa cum laude. Rory Mullen. Julia Elise Muller, summa cum laude. Brace Robert Mullet II, summa cum laude. Ruben Jesus Munez. Joseph Philip Murdoch. Maya Marie Musgrave, summa cum laude. Grace Ann Meyer, summa cum laude. Gabriella Ethel Nabataka. Umema Nashet. Mason May Catherine Negley, cum laude. Abigail Dawn Lee Napper. Amina Nashmijanowa. Jenna Renee Newton, cum laude. Sunny Nguyen, summa cum laude. Camille Nguyen. Zui Le Nguyen, cum laude. Quay Lin Nguyen, cum laude. Min Quang Nguyen, cum laude. Na Nguyen. No Hai Nguyen, summa cum laude. No Huang An Nguyen, summa cum laude. Fan Nguyen. Quang Nguyen, cum laude. Tang Nam Nguyen. Tat Nguyen, summa cum laude. Tu Hue Nguyen. Oyen Hua Fong Nguyen, summa cum laude. Ethan James Nichter, cum laude. Oliver Simon Nitsen, summa cum laude. Kenshin Noguchi, summa cum laude. Luke Nolan. Haley Kate Noack, summa cum laude. Carrie Maria O'Connor, summa cum laude. Ike Oguma, summa cum laude. Ella Grace Orville, cum laude. Lucila Liliana Ojeda. Griffin Alexander O'Neill. Phuoc Za Ong, cum laude. Tiala Alexis Ortega. Maya Michelle Osborne, cum laude. Zachary David Perrine. Kayla Peterson, summa cum laude. Bin Trong Hai Pham, magna cum laude. Lin Toi Pham. Min Quan Do Pham, cum laude. Audrey Harms Phillips, cum laude. Dominic Joseph Pittman, magna cum laude. Anna Faith Poplar, cum laude. Nushla Pradham, magna cum laude. Alina Catherine Presco, magna cum laude. Paige Christina Pucciarella. Sebastian Ramirez, cum laude. Josue Rosbel Regoza. Margaret Ella Reed, cum laude. Jonah Douglas Reichenbach, magna cum laude. Anthony Joseph Reinhardt. Ava Catherine Renard, summa cum laude. Patrick Pierce Riendo, in absentia. Sophia Rivera. Corinne Elizabeth Rodriguez. Lucy Kathleen Reesner. Joseph William Rowland. Axel Ramiro. Alexandria Isabel Ramiro Salas. Emmy Rosemarie Rooney, summa cum laude. Owen Timothy Rosal. Elizabeth Joyce Ruff, cum laude. Elizabeth Kate Ruger, cum laude. Ashley Jean Rupert, magna cum laude. Alexander John Russo, magna cum laude. Luke William Russo. Caduce Sampson, cum laude. Benjamin Allen Sanders, summa cum laude. Sydney Leah Scarborough, cum laude. Sebastian Schaefer, cum laude. Lynn Pham Schiffer, cum laude. Sydney Lee Schlomer. Bailey Ann Shadokati, cum laude. Madeline Nicole Schrump. Anaya Scott. Dominic Charles Siebel. Logan Jeremy Sejas. Priyanti Pritha Sen. Hamza Shehzad, summa cum laude. Spandan Shakya. Isabel Grace Shelton, cum laude. Kyle Patrick Shelton. Kyle William Sherman. Emma Lena B. Schober. Abigail Lane Short. Alexis Marie Simpson. Kusi Singh. Alden Elizabeth Small, summa cum laude. Emma Kimberly Smith. Ian Hunter Smith, magna cum laude. Catherine Gale Smith. Mac McRae Smith, summa cum laude. Samara Jane Snow, summa cum laude. Samrawi Evan Solomon. Sin Tian Song, summa cum laude. Luke Allen Saltz. Andrew Joseph Spoljarek IV. Lucy Joe Stokes. Caleb Christopher Strong Jones. Sophia Francis Stutz. Hope Elise Salzer. Nilesh Siam. Patrick Ta, cum laude. Kisa Asumi Tamai, summa cum laude. Hanan Tharik, cum laude. Nathaniel Gray Tenzer, summa cum laude, in absentia. Morgan Taylor Tharp, summa cum laude. Andrew Logan Thede, summa cum laude. Kin Su Zar Thin, cum laude. Jacob Edward Thometz, cum laude, in absentia. Calvin Dean Thompson, summa cum laude. Emma Grace Tobin. John Lawrence Tobin. Alice Tron, cum laude. Ang Hien Tron. Ain Kwang Tron. Zuyan Timi Tron, summa cum laude. Min Duke Tron. Nguyen An Tron, magna cum laude. Quinn Tron. Tu Ang Tron. Lucille Catherine Trover. Guoqing Evelyn Ann Tui. Dominic Giuliano Turner, cum laude. Abdul Ahad Bakani. Max Robert Van Doren. Justine Keely Vandenberg, summa cum laude. Elijah Thomas Van Haren, cum laude. Lily K. Van Houten, summa cum laude. Julian Vargas. Lily Isabella Vaught, magna cum laude. Evan Keith Veal. Jennifer Vera Lopez. Danielle Villa. Margaret Howen Volpe. Spencer Dean Von Bank, summa cum laude. Zong Min Vu. Ashtitwa Raj Wagli. Aaron Michael Wagner, cum laude. Devin Michael Walker, cum laude. Kate Walsh, cum laude. Huang Ming Wang, summa cum laude. Wilbur Wesley Warren V. Rylan Maurice Rubin Watkins. Madison Renee Welch. Grace White. Caden Wayne Whitehead. Sadiqa Whittington. Calvin Wearsome, summa cum laude. Rebecca Audrey Williams, summa cum laude, in absentia. Ty Williams. Ethan Sterling Oliver Williams Fonner, summa cum laude. Isabel Jane Wilson, summa cum laude. Blake Anthony Woodard. Raj Yadav, summa cum laude. Chinyu Yang, cum laude. Paige Marie Yarrington, summa cum laude. Audrey Isabella Young. Katarina Zubo Pazzini, summa cum laude. Connor Zaleski. Alberto Zamara Martinez, magna cum laude. Fong Chung Chong. Monkdelder Zobayar. Paige Kathleen Zerker, magna cum laude.
I love the way you all cheered as loudly for the first graduate as for the last graduate. That's what a community is all about. Yes, you're next. Yep.
Congratulations, graduates, families, and friends. These persons, having been awarded degrees from this university, now join the ranks of her esteemed and honored alumni. Therefore, as chair of the Board of Trustees, I hereby authorize the president of the DePauw University Alumni Association, Melinda Haig, to welcome these graduates into the roles of DePauw University alumni.
Thanks, Greg. I can see your wings struggling underneath your gowns. Have you ever wondered why these ceremonies are not called the denouement? Okay, so English lit majors, go with me on this. The resolution or tidying up of messy and complicated series of events, typically associated with drama or fiction or film, but maybe that was some of our experiences here. Today is your DePauw student denouement. Yet, if you look at that program, it says this is a commencement, the beginning, a start, a launch that we celebrate with regalia and speeches, nostalgia, tears, and fond farewells. One of my memories of my denouement commencement was seeing my mom hungover the day after commencement. A little too much champagne. I think she was celebrating my commencement and relieved that tuition payments were finished. Your commencement today is the start of some different journey that you're going to define. Maybe it's a career, or maybe it's just a job, like one I took before I started law school, or grad school, or what I wish I had done was gone and traveled with a backpack, but neither I nor my parents thought that the responsible thing to do. And maybe you don't know what comes yet, and that's really okay. Our daughter told us that she was going to move home after graduation, not one of the options that we put out there for her. But she figured it out, and that was okay. You are no longer technically a DePauw student. Okay, let that sink in. Maybe tomorrow it'll hit, maybe sometime later. But you're convincing this new journey as a DePauw alum. And just like your student journey, what you make of your alumni experience will be whatever you put into it, how you show up as a DePauw alum. A few thoughts on how to do that. Okay, so take out your phones. Did you ever hear you taught somebody say take out your phones? Follow Alumni DePauw on your social platforms. There's a lot of great real-time stuff in there. You'll learn about what's happening on campus when you're not here and your fellow alums. Go to the alumni page on DePauw's website, update your email address and your address because we know it's going to change from wherever you're living right now. That way you'll get the DePauw magazine and the emails that are sent to alums monthly. Okay, that's the passive stuff. Tell us what you are doing. Submit updates. There are going to be lots of links that are going to come from Amy and people in the office, and do that. We want to know what the next chapter in your journey is. It feels like bragging about yourself, but it's okay. I mean, we love to hear about what you are doing and what you want to brag about. Attend a college fair. Volunteer to do that. You have the best credibility with the next to be group of people who will someday sit here in these chairs. Say yes if anyone here asks you to come to campus to do anything, because you never know where you might end up. And attend any reception in your community where Dr. White is present. She'll greet you with the same warm smile that she has for 4 years and that she did today. And she'll want to hear what you're up to. And there will be DePauw alums there with whom you can swap stories, maybe try to find a job, or who can connect you to someone who can help you find a job. Sometimes the people DePauw alums know who can help are, wait for it, Wabash grads. Now, stick with me. It was a Wabash grad who hired me into the first best career role I ever had. But that was through a DePauw connection. Say yes and throw yourself into being a DePauw alum with the same enthusiasm, curiosity, commitment, and passion you exhibited as a DePauw student and that we all saw here today. It's why you are here today, why you're ready for tomorrow and the great unknown beyond this amazing place. Congratulations to the family members of the class of 2026. We all, and you each, know how invaluable your love and support are. Congratulations to all of you, the class of 2026. Spread those wings, let the future begin.
Without quality faculty, no university could perform its work. Today, we recognize 3 members of the faculty who have provided the university with uncompromised effort in regard to the classroom experience and who are retiring this academic year. I would now like to recognize those 3 retiring faculty members. If you would, please stand as I call your names. M. Susan Anthony, 2000 through 2026, Professor Emerita of Communication and Theater. C. Matthew Valenzuela, 1991 through 2026, Professor Emeritus of Music. And James H. Benedict, Jr., 1993 through 2026, Professor Emeritus of Biology. Please join me in one more round of applause for all of these dedicated professionals who have provided our students such excellent educations. And lastly, DePauw would not be the institution that it is today if not for the hard work and commitment of our talented and dedicated staff. I now ask all retiring staff members who are present at today's commencement to please stand so that we may recognize your many years of dedicated service with another round of applause. Please stand if you're here.
And has been executed by the DePauw presidents who have held this office since early in the 20th century, I will now read to you the charge to the graduating class. Will the members of the class of 2026 please stand? by advancing you to your degrees, you have been admitted to the company of DePauw graduates, and you have been made members of the larger company of university graduates elsewhere. You have entered into a community entrusted with a noble inheritance. You have earned these honors. You are the heirs of all the past. Graduates of rich mind have labored, and you have entered into their labors. Prophets and sages, scholars and scientists, artists and public servants have wrought with patience, and the abundant fruit of their toil is yours. It is yours to use, to increase, and to bequeath to your successors. And in keeping with our United Methodist heritage, with the final portions of this charge inspired by Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. In the name of those who have gone before you and of those who are to follow you, the university charges you to be strong, to acquit yourselves with integrity, and to be loyal to your highest ideals. Whatever so things are true, whatever so things are just, whatever so things are pure, whatever so things are lovely, whatever so things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on all these things. Thank you. Members of the class of 2026, it is with great enthusiasm that I now ask you to move your tassels from the right to the left. Woo! To join the ranks of graduates of this great university we all hold so dear. And if you want to throw your caps in the air for that picture-perfect celebration moment, now is the time. Woo! And finally, turn to your family members and friends, and on the count of 3, we're going to shout a huge thank you to all who have poured so much love and effort into you so that you can be standing here today as a 2026 graduate of DePauw. So y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Would everyone now please stand as you were able for the benediction? Receive this blessing. May you have faith to believe that your voice matters. May you have grace to see that your weird wings are beautiful. May you have wisdom to discern what is alive in you from what is expected of you. May you have humility to receive your life as a gift, and may you have joy in sharing it with others. Class of 2026, may you go with the courage to become who only you can be. Please remain standing while Addison Bumbleberg leads us in singing a toast to DePauw. The words to the toast are printed on page 2 of the program.